we're not just people with disorders. You know, we are human beings living a lived life, and when we are approached in language and being with people who know that other things are possible for us and are at least semi-skilled, we hope, in creating a path to possibilities, other things become possible for us other than a diagnosis and a treatment plan. It's very different.
Today I was speaking to somebody about the way that he fell in love with a pond. And that's not a conversation I would normally have with somebody, but you could see that this had brought him alive in a way that, and all I could do was just be in awe that this is a possibility in living, to fall in love not just with a person, but with a place. And I was first attracted to this practice through one opportunity to watch Michael White interview a family, and I'd never seen people treated with that kind of dignity and respect, and I immediately knew I wanted to know how to do that. And I was very, very surprised when I watched maybe 1,000 more interviews in which he never varied from that sense of respect of others. And I had a cultural practice that wasn't deeply respectful, so I knew I wanted to be more like that kind of a person around others. But bigger than narrative therapy, you know, bigger than therapeutic practice, but in life. Yeah.
You know, I've used different other modalities in that, and the narrative practice and ideas have certainly invigorated myself into creating possibilities that, you know, never were there in other practices that I've done, and in joining with the people that I have the privilege of working with, they feel there's a different energy when we're having these conversations. You know, the feedback that I've had many times is there's a listening that has happened that they've never experienced before, and they felt really privileged in that their story was listened to in a way that was finally understood. And so, to me, that listening with a narrative ear.
I had never imagined that I would find a therapeutic orientation that was so precious to me. I was willing and ready to be a professional, but I did not know that I would find or be found by, however it goes, a process of being with the people who consulted me that was so congruent with my values. So you don't have to fake. I don't feel like I have to put myself into working to be interested. I become fascinated and they become fascinated. And it really is, it is life in another form. It is life reverberating in the spoken parts. And I think when David Epstein calls these principled language practices, and they really are.
Just thinking how authentic the practice is, and going back to there's no faking or the curiosity wanes to a point, because there's new joy and even better than the last time, and that we return to it over and over again.
But it's the joy of the possibility of meeting unique human beings, which we happen to have every day in our life, every moment of our lives. But somehow we lost sight of this. And all of a sudden we get alive to, wow, this is a unique experience in a unique context and a unique set of circumstances. And we get interested, and all of a sudden these amazing people and amazing stories start coming forward. And it's not